Welcome back. There's a new resource being rolled out this weekend. It's like 911, but for mental health. So if you or somebody you know is experiencing a mental health crisis, you would call 988 and be connected with someone who can help. So joining me now is Angela Gallagher with NAMI of the Greater Mississippi Valley. Thank you so much for joining us at this time. So I think the first thing that we should probably talk about is what is 988 and why do we need it?
Well, in 2020, a bipartisan effort in our U.S. Congress decided that it was time to tackle providing a mental health response for a mental health crisis and take the pressure off emergency responders at 911. The feeling is that trained mental health professionals should be answering those phones.
Yeah, and NAMI kind of has a program like that, Help Not Handcuffs, because it kind of goes along with that because, so often you call 911 when really they needed that extra support.
Right. We want to treat people where they're at in a community setting, not in the ER if we don't have to, and certainly not in our jails.
Yeah. And I know that, in my intro, we talked about how this would be for a mental health crisis. And I think a lot of times it's easy to go to suicide ideation, but it's not just for that. So talk about why someone may call 988.
Well, people should know that the call is, or text is free, it's confidential. So often at our office we get calls from family members who just don't know where to turn, and we also get calls from individuals living with a mental health condition who sometimes find themselves in trouble and they need help. They may not need hospitalization. Right. And so it's important that we have the right people answering the phones and back that up. That 988 number, we hope, will be answered by local crisis lines as it is in our both eastern and western Iowa, western Illinois communities. And 988 is really the beginning of our nation needing to look at reimagining how we treat individuals and their families that are living with a mental health condition.
Yeah, and well, you were talking about how you could, of course, we can call that number. Now, would we also text that number as well, or is it separate from
No,
that?
absolutely.
Okay.
The counselors are reachable by 988 via text, and there's hope that we think younger generations who are in trouble. Our young people coming through the pandemic are in trouble. Suicide rates are up. And so we hope that will be an easier way to access help.
Yeah. And you were saying that some of these calls, you're hoping that local people will answer it. So talk about how those calls are fielded right now or will be fielded.
Sure. So the Eastern Iowa Mental Health Region is 5 counties extending all the way from Maquoketa down to Muscatine. On the Illinois side, we're starting in Henry County, Rock Island, Mercer, and then swooping all the way down towards Burlington on the Illinois side. The good news is that Foundation 2 Crisis Services answers all of those calls.
Wow.
And even better is that they have specialized databases. They know what services are available right there in your hyper-local area and can provide answers as to what the next step is.
Got it. And so with this program, I mean, this is a massive program. This isn't just the Quad Cities. I mean, right. How is this program funded, this 988?
Well, the government, with COVID or American Rescue Act monies, has provided seed money for the states. And it's up to the states to figure out how they're going to fund 988. And I'm losing my way.
No, you're good. Well, what if a state doesn't plan ahead and there's a large need?
Well, right. So the states have the options of looking at using more state funds
Okay.
to fund the 988 service. They're looking at, some states are actually looking at a phone tax, just like we have for 911.
Okay.
And I'm sure that insurance companies or having mental health services better covered by insurance plans will be part of that conversation.
Yeah. And you know that, of course, NAMI has been a huge resource to our community, offering resources to people. And you guys have an event that's coming up in a couple of months. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so NAMI Walks is September 17th. It'll be held at Veterans Memorial Park in Bettendorf. Pre-COVID, we always had about 1,200 people come out. Kiwanis, St. Paul Lutheran Church, Mental Health Task Force. A broad base of the community actually comes out to support families and individuals that live with a mental health condition, and it's really special. So.
Make sure that we definitely get out, because that, you know, people are able to raise money and help support the programs that you guys do to help people in our community, because it's so important. So thank you so much, Angela, for stopping by, and we'll be right back.